dance on the TV screen. Their words are honey, but the comb ain't clean. Whispers in alleys, deals under the moon. Promises bloom, but they rot too soon.
The wheel keeps turning
Round and round, truth buried deep beneath the ground. Silent strings of power, they pull behind the curtain. It's never full. The stage is set, but the script's a lie. Silent strings of power. Who decides why? They sell you hope wrapped in a paper flag. Shake your hand while they steal your bag. A king's ransom for a pawn's regret. And the board resets, but no one's left. Silent strings of power, they pull behind the curtain. It's never full. The stage is set, but the script's a lie. Silent strings of power. Who decides why? Red or blue, it's all the same. A shadow face in a rigged game. Tempo slows, then it speeds away. Corruption never takes a holiday.
What's up, guys? I know a lot of you probably don't expect me to be live right now. Usually live an hour earlier, but we're doing a new time slot. We're gonna try a new time slot. Starting soon. Also, first chat. Yeah, what's up, Tin Finman? Yeah, no, we're gonna start doing the 10 a.m. Pacific Standard time slot. It just it works a little bit better. I can sleep in a little bit more, especially after staying up till 1 or 2 in the morning some nights playing Repo with Joey Cannoli and the gang. So it's just better overall. Plus, I have the puppy now. She wakes me up, and I have to deal with her, give her medicine right now, which we only have tonight and tomorrow for medicine, and then she's done. So that's good. And for those of you that don't know, we just got her fixed. So been dealing with that, and yeah, I think starting an hour later than I was would just be better overall. So we're gonna try that. We're gonna see how that works out. But I have some cool stories. Well, I don't want to say cool stories, but I have some interesting stories. Is a better choice of words to break down today. So we'll be getting into that. Dope. Something to listen to while I shovel rocks today. Hell yeah. What's up, Tactical Tinkerer? Yeah, we're gonna try this new time slot going forward. I feel like it'll be a better time slot for everyone. There's not a whole lot of other shows because I know my audience likes to watch some other people on the platform. And I think this time slot doesn't conflict as much with those other people that stream. So we'll see how it goes. But yeah, I hope you guys are doing fantastic today. And let's get into the news, guys. Let's get into the news. And before anyone says anything, yes, my bed is made. My bed is made. Okay, it's a little messy right now. The dog was hopping around with her toy. Perfect. Crowder ends at 10. Exactly. Crowder's usually live. And then Tim is also live right after, so it works out. And then by the time I end, I think Jeremy from the Quartering starts up, so maybe I can raid out to him some days. We'll see. We'll see how things go. But anyway, let's get to this story. So this story actually happened not far from where I live, because I live in California. So let's jump into this first story. Let's go over here. And okay, I was gonna say I didn't have it up, but anyway. Oh, refresh, because it's showing something else now. Oh, come on. Why is it loading now? All right, hang on. Let's do start recording. All right, we got this from the New York Post. Motorcycle fugitive wipes out during wild high-speed chase on LA freeway after killing a cop. And there's actually video of this taking place. A high-speed motorcycle chase ended in a horrifying caught-on-video wipeout on a Los Angeles freeway after an armed man who was allegedly threatening a woman shot and killed a responding officer on Monday. The rider sped past traffic on the 210 freeway at speeds up to 170 miles per hour before slamming into an oncoming car. And then here's pictures of the aftermath. Let's is it gonna play the video? Let's see.
If we're live somewhere, let me fill you guys in what's going on. This motorcycle, we're still in the Rancho Cucamonga area. We're on the 210 freeway. We were over by Victoria Gardens. I don't have the exact address. Actually, I do have the exact address because I thought it was fake.
So those cars might look like they're going slow, but all of these cars around him are probably going like 80 miles an hour. No one in California follows the speed limit, all right? The speed limit says 65, everyone's going 80, 90 plus. Like, that's just how Californians do it. And I even complained about it because when I was in Idaho, my brother lent me his car while he was out of state. I was watching his dogs. And, yeah, man, the speed limit says 60 over there. Everyone goes 50 or 55. It's it's ridiculous. So I'm not used to that because in California, we all ignore the speed limit. Everyone in California ignores the speed limit. If you go the exact speed limit, you'll probably get a road rager. Like, that's how serious people take it here in California. They should honestly just change the speed limit, but then we'll probably just speed past that too. So, but anyway, let's see if we can get to the part where he crashes. Going down this way. Okay, so here's the crash, leading up to the crash. Let's watch from here.
Yep. Yes, definitely. And
yeah, these cars they're probably slowing down now because they see all the cops.
To the suspect to bring that suspect.
But they're probably still going like over 60.
You know, this is one of those ones where it is
like there's
just
the cop.
we just watch it. And I just don't want to see anybody lose their life this afternoon, especially not on our cameras. You can see this rider clearly is very.
I mean, he's not even holding the handlebars.
With the way they are handling that motorcycle, but that doesn't mean that this is any kind of safe. Right now, it looks like he's boom. That's exactly what I was talking about.
Oh, and he got crushed by his bike.
What I was talking about.
Oh, hang on, go back.
Clearly is
you
very
can when he rolls, he gets crushed by his own bike.
They are handling that motorcycle, but that doesn't mean that this is any
Watch,
kind
you guys
of
see
safe.
my mouse?
Right now, it looks like he's
Watch.
Boom! That's exactly
rolls,
what I was talking about.
And bam, bike lands back on him.
Exactly
Damn.
what I was talking about.
Do you guys think it was intentional too?
But that
because like. Yeah, I was talking about this yesterday with my family because I was showing them this clip, and I don't know, it kind of looks like that guy, maybe he was trying to pull over for the cops coming in, right? But I don't know, did he sideswipe him on purpose? I mean, look, he jerked his car to the left. Because if he was trying to avoid the guy was already closer to this yellow line. So if he was trying to avoid him, he would have gone to the right, not the shoulder. So part of me feels like it was intentional, right? Part of me feels like it was intentional. But then, bam,
that's exactly what
backpack goes flying.
About.
Car has like no damage done to it.
What I was talking about.
He just keeps driving too. I mean, I guess that's smart because the guy could be armed, right?
Yes.
Damn.
And believe me, they're going to take that suspect. He's still moving. That is a plus. They are definitely going to take him into custody. It did look like the motorcycle did land on top of him.
Yeah, they saw that too.
Now, I have to say, you got a number of officers down there. I can guarantee you they're going to stop the freeway, but they're also going to start calling for paramedics. They're already calling for paramedics. And again, how they're going to get there this quickly is another question. But
crazy. Yeah, no, so you play stupid games, you get stupid prizes, as Shitty Gov said in the chat. He's probably like, I got insurance. Right, that guy that hit him probably had full coverage, right? He's like, whatever, don't matter to me. Sounds like a Darwin Award winner. No, seriously. And then says, sheriff deputies were responding to a domestic violence report of an armed Hispanic man threatening a woman in the suburb of Rancho Cucamonga when the suspect began shooting at the officers. San Bernardino County Sheriff officers said in a statement, one deputy was struck and was airlifted to a hospital. The suspect fled the location on a motorcycle and was pursued along the eastbound 210 freeway. The perp, whom initial reports said robbed a shopping mall, wove through afternoon traffic before taking his hands off his handlebar to adjust his backpack, the video shows. That's when he slammed into the back of a sedan, sending the suspect cartwheeling through the air and skidding onto his back before the bike rolled over him. A wheel seeming to miss his head by inches, the harrowing footage shows. The car that clipped the motorcycle was being driven by an off-duty narcotics officer conducting a legal intervention. The sheriff department later clarified. Hang on, let me see what my dog's doing. I just took her out and she's already whining again. She wasn't behaving. She can stay in the kennel. Anyway, let's continue on. Now I'm gonna have to edit that out. See what she did? Now I'm gonna have to edit. I'm gonna have to do extra editing now. Anyway, so the footage seemed to show a gun lying nearby on the asphalt. Officers swarmed the dazed suspect and administered first aid, including putting him in a neck brace. After several minutes, he appeared to sit up and cooperate with officers. Aerial footage near the scene of the initial shootout showed a patrol vehicle's window shattered and bloody police vest on the ground. The wounded deputy, later identified as San Bernardino County Sheriff Deputy Andrew Nunez, died in the shooting. The office posted an update on Monday evening. He was struck by a bullet once in the head and was rushed to the hospital before being pronounced dead around 1 p.m. Nunez leaves behind his wife, who was pregnant with their second child, a 2-year-old daughter, his mother, and 4 brothers and sisters. Sheriff Shannon Dickus anyway announced in a press conference on Monday, we're embedded in sorrow. Dickus told reporters. Nunez was a 6-year veteran with the department, the sheriff added. Deputy goes on to say that Deputy Nunez served with unwavering commitment, courage, and deep compassion for the community he vowed to protect. This is from the sheriff's office, as they said in a statement. His bravery and sacrifice reflect a life dedicated to safeguarding others, even at the greatest cost. Such devotion will remain forever etched in our hearts. Cops wrote, let's see, San Bernardino County District Attorney Jason Anderson said his office intends to look into charging the suspect with the murder of a peace officer. The suspect is in stable condition in an area hospital, according to Dickus. The investigation into the incident remains ongoing. Officers were waiting to interview the suspect as of Monday afternoon. I mean, it's very unfortunate to have another officer lose their life, but that's how this job goes sometimes, unfortunately. And I mean, this guy got what he deserved. His bike is totaled, absolutely totaled, and he will likely get life in prison. At least I hope. It's California, so who knows? They might look at his rap sheet, or he might turn out. They say he's a Hispanic man, so they might say that he was oppressed or something, and then they don't charge him as harshly as they could have. But this guy should absolutely get life in prison. Endangering people on the highway, shooting a police officer. He was also attempting to rob a woman at the time. So the absolute scumbag, and this is how I want him to be remembered. I want him to be remembered as a as a cartwheeling fool that cartwheeled off his bike on the freeway, or tumbled or rolled, however you want to put it. If he had killed the rando, they would have let him go the next day. Possibly, just because it's California, right? But I don't know. I hope this guy gets the book thrown at him. And this is how he should be remembered. He should be remembered as the guy that got sideswiped on the freeway in a high-speed chase after killing an officer. That's how this guy should be remembered. Bikes totaled, spines totaled, housing is secured for winter. Also a plus, he won't have to worry about his SNAP benefits now. Oh, that's a banger right there, Shitty Gov. All right, yeah, no, this guy's an absolute idiot. I think there's a scary statistic. Let me see if I can pull this up. Let's see what here. I'd probably be quicker if I ask Grok. Grok isn't always 100% accurate, so take these numbers with a grain of salt. But let's see, what percentage of people outrun the cops in a high-speed chase? Because I'm pretty sure it's actually a high number. So let's see. According to 27, so this is 2017 numbers. It says that suspects were immediately apprehended in 67% of cases. The remaining 33% did not end at arrest. About 14% involved vehicles that fully escaped, while another 11% ended with police abandoning the chase for safety reasons. This suggests that this data set, roughly 14% of high-speed chases resulted in suspects outrunning the police without later apprehension noted during the pursuit. So that's a lot higher than I thought it would be. You know what I mean? So in 14% of cases, you have a 14% chance of outrunning the cops, according to these statistics. And maybe even higher, depending. Because you might outrun them 33% of the time, and then they find you later. But at least 14% result in no one getting arrested. So I'm glad that this guy crashed, because he's a scumbag. Hopefully that what I'm actually worried about here. I'm worried about that other guy's car that hit him. I'm worried about that guy's car. Hopefully his car is okay. And hopefully that police officer that he killed. Hopefully their family, their family can get going, and they can be better from this. Hopefully, I know it's gonna be tough for the family, but man, this scumbag needs to go away for life. Anyway, we can move things along. We can move things along. All right, let's see. We have another accident story that I'll be getting into in just a moment. Lots of cops have no pursuit policy. Yeah, which is, I mean, I kind of get why they do, because it could be safety concern. I mean, and that's exactly why, right? Like, that guy could have easily lost his life during that crash, but don't tase me, bro. Don't tase me. Ah! Sorry, I had to. Someone said it. Life. Yeah, I don't want him to get 5 to 10. I want him to get life. Life in prison for this man. That's what I want. Nothing less. Nothing more, nothing less. Life in prison. Let's see. Do we have any ads to read today? Looks like we have Rumble Premium ad. Oh wait, hang on. Refresh. Do an ad before we move to the next page. Next page of news. Let's see. Yeah, Rumble Premium. Do that. Oh, gotta do the code right here. All right, there we go, guys. All right, we got the Rumble Premium ad up. You guys have probably noticed Rumble's growing fast and it's not slowing down. They're building a real alternative to big tech that puts creators first and actually protects free speech. And now there's Rumble Premium, an easy way to upgrade your experience. With Premium, you get ad-free viewing across the platform, no pre-rolls, no interruptions, just the content that you came for. Plus, Premium members unlock exclusive content like bonus videos, behind-the-scenes drops, and more from your favorite creator, like bonus emotes. You guys can get bonus emotes if you... Oh, wait. Oh, no, that's not Premium, though. That's if you do the subscription. That's separate. Anyway, right now, Rumble is offering $10 off an annual subscription. Just go to rumble.com/premium and use the promo code STUDIO at checkout. That's rumble.com/premium, promo code STUDIO. No ads, more freedom, and content that you actually care about. That's the deal. All right. Well, if you guys aren't already doing Rumble Premium, I highly recommend that you pay the $10 a month, or you go get the year. If you want to go use code STUDIO, get the year, get $10 off the year. I would do it. Go do it. It's definitely worth it, especially because they have a lot of exclusive content on Rumble now. I think you should do it. Do it. What are you guys saying in the chat? 5 to 10 and a broken spine sounds like resolution enough. Maybe some community service picking up trash in his brand new wheelchair. But it said he got up and was cooperating, so I don't know if his back is that messed up. Oh, that dude killed a person? Never mind, get the rope. No, dude, he killed a cop. Not just anyone. He killed a cop responding to a call about him robbing a woman. I'd leave that dent on my car like a badge of honor, right? Honestly, Mighty Pete, be like, dude, what happened to your car? I hit some guy on a motorcycle running from cops. Like that's one of those things you want on your car, right? You want to have that on your car just so you can be like, yeah, dude, I had a guy who was running from the cops, a total idiot. Anyway, and what I always say to people is like, guys, even if you're in the wrong, just cooperate with cops. It's gonna be much better for you if you just cooperate. Because if you don't cooperate, it'll end up badly for you. They'll end up tackling you. Maybe you'll get tased. They'll add additional charges like resisting arrest and disorderly conduct and all these other bullcrap things that they put on. Maybe in the struggle you accidentally hit a cop a little bit, and then they're like, "Oh, that's assault on a Leo." So just cooperate. It's much better for you, much better for them. Just cooperate with the cops, even if they're wrong, even if they're in the wrong. Just cooperate with the cops. You can figure it out later, because the cops don't care. No ish. Did no one shoot that person or beat them to a pulp? No, he beat himself to a pulp when he crashed on the highway. If I see that ish happening, I'm masking up and blasting. Well, you'd have to mask up in California because you're not allowed to use your firearm. All right, anyway, let's see. Let's jump to this next story, guys. We got this next story. Oh, I forgot to hit stop recording. Oh, whatever. That's fine. I have to edit that clip anyway. Anyway, let's jump to this next story. A lot of the time, insurance won't pay out if your car is involved in a pursuit, and they shouldn't. They absolutely shouldn't. They should just say that your bike is totaled. Go screw. Son of Wiggum dropping 20s, and then he dropped a 1. What was the 1 for, Wiggum? And what was the 20 for? Oh, are you saying 1 to cooperating with police? I'm just saying cooperate with police just because it's easier. Like, if the cops are trying to arrest you, they're going to arrest you whether you resist or not. I was en route to engage when they ended up under a Suburban. Oof. Wait, what are you talking about, Tinkerer? Saw a lady get her car emptied by some YNs yesterday, and then they got run over in the parking lot by a bystander. I was en route to engage when they ended up under a Suburban. Oh my god. Again, play stupid games, win stupid prizes. That's the moral of the story. The one was for getting your recording. Oh, that's fair. That's fair. Mask up and stay silent. It's necessary now with the justice system the way it is. I want a lawyer is all that should come out of your mouth. Yeah. Yep. You should never talk to police. Police are not your friends. If I've learned anything from watching all these body cam footages and stuff from like the shout out to Dr. Insanity. I love his body cam footage clips and stuff and his commentary. Dr. Insanity, even in his clips, he'll talk about how the cops will purposefully be your friend, purposefully try to be your friend to get more information out of you so they could prosecute you further. So no, don't ever trust the cops, guys. Don't ever trust the cops. It is terrible. And you know, it's unfortunate, but that's just how it is. I guess it sucks, but that's how it is. Guys, we need one more like. Hit the like. Come on, guys. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Do it. We need one more. I only put the goal to 10 today. We're going to be in the middle of this next story, and the like goal is going to go off, and it'll be funny. But come on, guys. Come on. Whoever hasn't hit the like yet, I swear, you're probably just sitting there. It says 10 on my end. Okay, well, maybe it just hasn't updated yet. What is my camera doing? Camera, stop focusing. What? Hang on. Is my camera doing... Is it on the wrong camera right now? Is it on the wrong camera? Hold up. No, it's on the right camera. I don't know what it was doing. Okay, whatever. Be weird then. They're allowed to lie to you. Yeah, no, cops are 100% allowed to lie to you. Smashed now. Smash to that like button. Where's the Puppers today? The Puppers is in the kennel because she really wants to play, but I need to do the show. Puppers is doing good. I'll probably take her donut off more today. Take her donut off more today. Hello? Are you focusing? Camera? Focus? Focus pocus? Hello? Oh, why does it keep doing that? Puppers is in the kennel right now, though, because she was a little too hyper. Right now. I'll let her out immediately after the show. And because of the new time slot, she gets fed and stuff before the show. So she's fine. She's doing all right. Let's see. All right, let's move to this next story though. You might have to get a manual focus camera. I don't know. I have it set to where it's not supposed to autofocus. Maybe I need to turn that on again. Let me go look before we move to this next story. Configure video. Let's see. Where's the autofocus? Camera control. Yeah, it has autofocus on again. Why? Why do you have autofocus on? Apply. Yay! Thank you guys. Appreciate you guys. I love that sound effect so much. I don't know if I'll ever change that one. Hey now, Tyler, at least you're not updating audio drivers midstream. What did Joey do? I feel like Joey did that. Tyler needs an AC heater combo first. Why? Can you hear my fans? You guys hear my fans? Is that why? Look, it's getting cold. I'll have the heater going soon, all right? Did you guys see that Brandon Herrera is running again and that he was on unsub with angry cops? No, I have not seen that. I don't really know who Brandon Herrera is, but I've heard his name before. Angry cops massacred him. Masqueraded him as him for a whole episode. He is the AK guy. You've needed an AC heater combo since day one, homie. I mean, that's true. Joey lost audio for 10 minutes. Oh, is that what happened last night? Look, Joey, he doesn't need to plan for these episodes. He doesn't need to update things because the man, he just rolls with content. The man just rolls with content. He can make anything content, guys. It's absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. The man can make anything into content. I'm sure it was entertaining for those 10 minutes. Even though he was sitting there updating, trying to figure things out, I'm sure it was amazingly entertaining. Shout out to Joey Cannoli, guys. Go follow Joey Cannoli on Rumble. He's even got Joey Cannoli clips on YouTube now. Good friend of the show. Go make sure you follow him. Did Nightcap get spicy last night? I don't know if it got spicy. I thought it was pretty entertaining, though. And then I ended up leaving Repo early just because I was getting tired. And I still hadn't prepped for the show. But I thought it was a good one. Anyway, I think we should move on to the next story. I think I've stalled long enough. Let's move on to this next story. So this happened as well, guys. Another crazy accident. So there was the accident with the guy on the motorcycle in LA. But we also have this in Mississippi. So we got this from Fox News. So a truckload of aggressive research monkeys escape after truck crash in Mississippi. One is still on the loose. The primates that were in the truck that crashed, they were carrying hepatitis C, herpes, and COVID. And they're in Jasper County, Mississippi. Let's see. What's this video?
Monkey business here in Central Florida.
Why is it so
Check
quiet?
out this video of a monkey on the roof of a home in Claremont. And this is just the latest.
His first taste of
sighting.
freedom
On
ever.
Monday, we first told you about a monkey that was also spotted in Groveland.
Yeah, and they have some families spooked, as you can imagine. Fox 35's Kelsey Cairns joins us live from Claremont. So Kelsey, walk us through this. So the family in that yellow house there where we saw the video had no idea they had a monkey on the roof?
Yes, exactly right. Actually, when we knocked on their door, they were shocked to hear about this. Their neighbor was actually the one who captured that video that we just showed you minutes ago. She explains to me that monkey climbed up the tree, you see it right behind me, and proceeded to leap onto the roof and just hang out.
This is that monkey. Seen in this video, a monkey walking around on the roof to this Claremont
These
home
poor
along
monkeys, man. They're just sitting here getting tested on, and then they finally get a taste of freedom. They're probably going to put them down.
Neighbor Amy Krug witnessing the primate Tuesday afternoon on her way home from work.
All of a sudden, this monkey went across the road, and I had to do a double.
Very racist to call them monkeys, by the way. They're primates. They're primates. Prime. You got to have prime in their numbers. Give them more power. Let's see here. A truck hauling monkeys from Tulane University in New Orleans flipped on a Mississippi highway, freeing several large, aggressive monkeys. After the wreck, which happened north of Heidelberg, multiple rhesus monkeys escaped into the community, according to the Jasper County Sheriff's Office. The monkeys are approximately 40 pounds, they are aggressive to humans, and they require PPE, personal protective equipment, to handle, the Sheriff's Office wrote in a Facebook post. The animals carrying hepatitis C, herpes, and COVID, deputies had said. Imagine one of these monkeys, like, tackle you. Imagine one of these monkeys tackle you and you get herpes from them. Imagine having to explain that to, like, future partners. Be like, no. I'm not like a dirty I'm not dirty like that, all right? I don't just go around hanging out with people like that. It was a monkey, all right? A monkey gave me herpes. I swear to God, a monkey gave me herpes and hep C. It was a monkey. A monkey did it. The animals are carrying hepatitis C, herpes, and COVID. As of 4:30 p.m. Eastern, all but one of the escaped monkeys were destroyed, according to deputies. See what I mean? They killed them. They had to kill these monkeys because the truck crash. I mean, look, it's not showing the full truck crash, but I'm assuming this is where they came out. I mean, that looks like a pretty good crash. But you infect all these monkeys, they escape, they get a taste of freedom, and then you quote destroy them. Wow. We are continuing to look for one monkey that is still on the loose. The sheriff's office wrote in a Facebook post, "Do not approach the monkeys. If you see one, call 911." Tulane University told Fox News Digital that Tulane National Biomedical Research Center provides its non-human primates to other research organizations to advance scientific discovery. I don't like animal testing. I do not like animal testing. Animal testing is terrible. I get why we do it for some things, but I really don't like it. It's incredibly unfortunate to have these monkeys locked in a lab for their entire life, and then they get infected with these diseases just so we could see what happens and research it. The primates in question belong to another entity and are not infectious, the university said. We are actively collaborating with local authorities and will send a team of animal care experts to assist as needed. That's a lie. That's a lie. Are you saying that they have a non-infectious COVID, a non-infectious Hep C, and a non-infectious herpes? I think you're just lying. I think you're just lying as to not scare the public. I think it's absolutely infectious, and you're just full of crap. School officials did not confirm the number of monkeys that escaped, the number of monkeys killed, or the number of monkeys that remain caged. Let's see. From the homicidal capital, okay, that's a different story. Officials said that they have been in contact with an animal disposal company to help handle the situation. The sheriff's office responded to a Facebook comment from a concerned citizen asking if the post was a joke. Unfortunately, not. The Mississippi Wildlife and Fisheries responded with local law enforcement. People for the Ethical Treatment of Animals, PETA, Senior Vice President Kathy Guillermo told Fox News Digital terrified monkeys running for their lives into unprotected and populated areas is exactly the spark that could ignite the next pandemic. Monkeys can carry diseases transmissible to humans, including tuberculosis. Tuberculosis? What, are we talking about locust here? Tuberculosis. And Tulane National Primate Research Center, where these monkeys were trucked from, has had disease outbreaks of pathogens deadly to humans in its monkey colony. Guillermo wrote in a statement to Fox News Digital, "This is the risk greedy monkey experimentation industry has chosen for the public, so they can line their pockets with, or while these sensitive monkeys crisscross American highways in unmarked trucks." I mean, look, PETA's not exactly wrong. But I also don't care what PETA has to say, considering they will murder many animals themselves because they can't find houses for them, so they murder them. Is their argument? So PETA can go screw themselves. They're not exactly wrong here. But again, I take their opinion with a grain of salt. Fishy, what's up, Fishy? He came in with a $1 Rumble rant. He really had to say this. What do you want to say? I legitimately believe we should test things on pedos and the guilty without doubt, murders and rapists instead of animals. You would be in the same camp as Nora, Joey Cannoli's co-host. She firmly believes that as well. I don't necessarily believe that. It would have to be without a shadow of a doubt kind of thing. Like, in order to sign off on testing for these people, it would have to be the same strict criteria to put them to death. It would have to be like the same as the death penalty. You have to do without a shadow of a doubt. We know 100% you did this crime. You did this heinous act that is irredeemable in the eyes of society. And then we could talk about doing that. But even then, I don't know, because then you got to think about the people doing those tests and what it does to them mentally. And then do we want those people in society that are conducting tests on humans? I don't know. I think it's better overall for society if we just, if they're irredeemable, don't do tests on them. Just remove them from society. Whatever that means. Remove them from society. That's what I think. I get the argument, and I could be convinced, but I'm not quite there yet. And thank you for the Rumble rant, Fishy. So it says, she added, the situation was also a tragedy for the monkeys, whose only moments of freedom before death were the result of a truck crash. The importation of and use of monkeys in a laboratory experiments is emptying the world's forest while putting Americans at great risk, and it must end now. This is the VP of PETA. The sheriff's office told Fox News Digital it will continue to provide updates. So as of now, I'm pretty sure this is still out. This monkey is still outstanding. So there's still one monkey on the loose. They're not saying what this monkey might have. It could be any of these 3 diseases. So if you live in Mississippi, Jasper County, be on the lookout for an infected monkey, I suppose. Instead of the death penalty, it would be government testing, and hey, you have a 5% chance of becoming a superhuman and getting your revenge. I don't know if that's how that works, Boosh. That's how you know they are lying. The risk of leaving them loose long enough to capture was too high. Right. So they had to destroy them even though they're not infectious. Yeah, this is like the Snake Island. Wait, what do you mean like Snake Island? You brought up Snake Island, Mighty Peep. But then how do we get the island to film Aliens versus Predators? You put them on Snake Island? Man, that'd be crazy. It'd be crazy. Every like what? Every like 2 feet, there's a snake on Snake Island. Do you really want to do that? Does anyone want to go to Snake Island? Every like 2 feet, there's a snake. Every like foot, there's a snake. Snake Island is a crazy place. It's cool. Like, don't get me wrong. It's cool. Like, I love snakes. Snakes are awesome. One of my best friends, he's, what do you call him? I don't know what you would call him, but he loves reptiles. He's taught me basically everything I know about snakes, and he's taken me on a few nights out into the middle of the desert, and we go and look for snakes and stuff. It's super cool, especially out in the middle of nowhere. That you have these like paved roads that like go out to like substations and stuff like that, or they're just paved for other things. There's a lot of government stuff out there, and you can often find snakes. Herpetologist. He's an aspiring herpetologist. He's an aspiring one. I believe he's going to school for some stuff right now, for like biology and some other stuff. Really smart guy, incredibly knowledgeable when it comes to reptiles and all kinds of stuff. It's hell on earth. Fuck Snake Island. The only reason I like Snake Island is because it is home to so many unique species. They got to come up with a better name for that. I know, herpetologist. Look, I'm pretty sure they came up with that name before herpes, so you can't blame them for that, right? But no, snakes are amazing creatures. My buddy has taught me so many things about snakes. They're an incredibly misunderstood species. So many of them are incredibly friendly and just very interesting creatures. Most snakes will only bite you if they feel threatened or if they have their like hunger senses triggered. Like during feeding and stuff like that, something switches in their brain and they might bite you then. But other than that, snakes are incredibly friendly. And incredibly cool creatures, especially ball pythons. Ball pythons are awesome. That's the majority of what my buddy had. But because I'm not naming names, he also had a couple of rattlesnakes at one point, and that was super cool. He was training with rattlesnakes because that's what he does. He literally he had a side job for a while where he would go and retrieve snakes from people's property. Super cool guy. He's an amazing friend. But if we can test on the PEDs, then we won't have to send any to the island full of illegal aliens for the hunt. Oh man. All right. Anyway, we're gonna move on. We're gonna move on to the next story. Next segment. We're gonna move on here. Let's see. Let's stop the recording. Let's move on to my desk. I'm pretty sure you guys like the new background, right? You guys like the new backdrop. I'm not doing the fake background anymore. This is me. This is really my room. This is actually what my room looks like. You have my lizard over here laying in his food dish. I'll probably feed him after the show. He probably wants more bell peppers. He likes bell peppers. He likes bell peppers a lot. So he's sitting over here. I don't know if you can see him. The light kind of blocks him. Wait, what if I turn the light off? Can you see him now? No, wait. You can kind of see. That's his head. Right above the rock, that's his head. Anyway, it's a Pogona, a bearded dragon. He's chilling right now. He's just chilling. He was basking under his heat lamp earlier, but now I think he's hungry. I'll feed him soon. Anyway, what are you guys saying in the chat? I like small to medium snakes, but the large constrictors, not so much. Those are a little scary. Because they're incredibly strong, too. You should do a cricket stuffed bell pepper for your lizard. Man, that actually, you can't really do that though. Or it's a good concept, our sergeant. But you have to dice up their food because they can't eat anything. It's something like so the width of their eyes, anything that could fit between their eyes, they can eat. So you have to dice things up really well. You can't just like give him a whole bell pepper. He won't be able to cut through it on his own. Live stream the feeding of the lizard. You want me to live stream the feeding of my lizard? I don't know. Sometimes he takes a while to eat, though. How about this? Next time I get crickets for him, which I'll probably get crickets in what's today? Wednesday. Probably go get crickets for him tomorrow or something. Before I go on Joey's show, I will record him eating his crickets and I'll post it as a short. Okay? How about is that a deal? Do we get a deal there? What a pussy! Look, you can't eat through the pepper, man. That's an amazing concept, though. I like the idea. What I have done is I've diced up peppers, and then I'll dump the crickets in there with him. Whatever, guys. Screw you guys. Let's see. Do we have another ad? I think I could do another ad. All right, let's do another one. Let's move over to the ad room. Let's do the 1775 coffee. I think 1775 coffee is always a good ad. You should probably get a lizard cam. A lizard cam would be kind of funny, right? Anyway, we're doing an ad now. So this ad is brought to you by 1775 coffee. Guys, you still haven't tried 1775 coffee? Now's your shot. 1775 starter kit just dropped. Only 1,000 units. You're getting the bold, dark roast that hits hard, the smooth, medium roast, and the Vitality Mushroom Coffee for clean energy and laser focus, no crash. All single origin, small batch, toxin-free, and mold-free, plus you're also getting a gold spoon clip because freedom isn't scooped with plastic, a frother strong enough to stir up your coffee and your mother-in-law's opinions, and a black 1775 tumbler, $170 worth of coffee and gear, yours for $99. This is for the ones who've been watching 1775 blow up on Rumble, wondering if it's actually worth it. Spoiler, it is. Go to 1775coffee.com/studio and grab your starter kit before they're gone. Bold beans, clean fuel, and a morning routine that stands for something just like Rumble does. Guys, go check out 1775 coffee. If coffee is your thing, go check out 1775 coffee. I have heard good things. I've heard great things about 1775 coffee. Amazing things, even. Go and check them out. Go and check them out. All right. We're going to get to one of the... no, I think I should save this story for last. We'll do the other story first. Let's see. We'll do this other story from the Post Millennial first. Let's see. All right, let's move over to this story. What are you guys saying in the chat? Buy your 1775 lizards today. Tired of those pussy-ass lizards you gotta dice up food for? Fret not. Buy your 1775 lizard today. Can eat a whole pepper and comes with a Gadsden flag. 1775 lizards. Buy now. I'm pinning that one. Oh, wait, here. Hang on. Let me pin that. In this message. I make a great mushroom coffee, but you're not going to be able to function for shit after drinking it. What kind of mushrooms are we talking about, Arsarsh? Get a terrarium with anoles and geckos and do a constant live stream like Chicken City. Ooh, that would be pretty cool. That would be pretty cool. But then you guys could see how then you guys would complain about how often I need to clean his tank. He destroys his tank. I had to clean it, and he will likely destroy it again soon. We'll see. We'll see how long it lasts. He likes to destroy his tank, especially when I haven't let him out in a while. He throws a fit. I want a Komodo dragon. I'll ride it into battle. Yeah, and then it'll bite you and just watch you slowly die, and then it'll feast on your corpse. Because those things are crazy. Anyway, we could actually start talking about the story now, guys. We have this from the Post Millennial. It says here, even Biden's White House staffers did not know who operated the auto pen, according to the House Oversight Report. The committee finds numerous executive actions, particularly clemency actions taken during the Biden administration, that were illegitimate. The House Oversight Committee released a report on Tuesday regarding former President Joe Biden's auto pen usage while he was in office. The 100-page report urged the Department of Justice to review all executive actions taken by Biden while in office, including acts of clemency he issued. The committee, led by Chair James Comer, investigated whether senior Biden White House officials possibly exercised the authority of the former president or intentionally concealed President Biden's rapidly worsening mental and physical state. The committee has found evidence to indicate they both did. Joe Biden was not running the show. Our new report exposes how Biden's decline was real and his aides covered it up. Aides didn't even know who was operating the auto pen to sign official documents and pardons. Watch the truth they tried to bury.
Was the number one issue in the campaign the president's fitness or his age? Did you ever see President Biden in a wheelchair?
I do not recall ever seeing President Biden in a wheelchair.
And new information now on the people in his inner circle and how the cover-up actually operated.
Senior aides that worked here until just a couple months ago, the beginning of this year, manipulating an ailing president for their own gain.
How much were you paid for your role in the campaign in 2024?
Just a little bit short of $4 million.
I'm sorry, how much?
$4 million.
You believe that the president should stay in the race. Your own financial stake in the matter was a factor in any way in your advice to the president?
I don't believe that.
And when it comes to President Biden's decline, the official word from Biden world about all these news stories is that nothing has been revealed this week that shows that President Biden was anything but an effective president.
Yes, I noticed that he was aging in terms of his physical condition. I noticed that, he shuffled more.
That he has more stumbling over words and gaffes than he did at the beginning of the term.
The weird, eerie music is stupid. The report stated that Biden's senior staff were willing to conceal the president's cognitive deterioration as they all stood to gain significantly financially, politically, and professionally by continuing to operate the presidency from behind the scenes. Biden's physician, Dr. Kevin O'Connor, did not perform a cognitive assessment of President Biden and invoked his Fifth Amendment right when questioned by the committee. Testimony suggests that Dr. O'Connor's medical judgments were influenced by political advisors and that his financial ties to the Biden family presented conflicts of interest. The committee said. Senior officials testified that political advisors interfered with decisions regarding President Biden's medical evaluations, explicitly rejecting calls for cognitive testing to protect his re-election prospects. Now, a lot of this is information that we already knew, right? A lot of this is, again, just like, and I bring it up constantly, just like the organ harvesting of organ donors. We all kind of knew that was happening. We knew that there was some shady stuff going on with that. But to get confirmation on it is something entirely different. To get confirmation of these things that we all assumed this was happening. It's one thing to assume. It's another thing to get confirmation that it's real. The investigation revealed holes in the chain of custody of the president's decision binder, which contained decision memos to be signed or initialed by President Biden when approving or disapproving executive actions, as well as numerous instances in which the president's approval for an executive action or the chief of staff's approval of signature by AutoPen was not memorialized, meaning there's no record. There's no record of him approving it. And again, like I have repeatedly said, this goes for anyone, Trump, Obama, the Clintons, Biden, I don't care who. If there's no record of them actually approving the signing of something, it should be null and void. It should be null and void unless you have documented proof that the president himself okayed the signing of something. No. And I don't even think they should use AutoPen, honestly. It should be hand signed by the president. If he's incapable of hand signing it, then it doesn't pass. It doesn't go through. That should just be that. Among the most flagrant of these instances are the clemency actions taken in the final days of the Biden presidency, which not only lacked a decision memo, but also raised serious concerns from the President Biden's own Department of Justice ethics attorney about whether the president was aware of the criminal backgrounds when making clemency decisions involving violent convicted criminals. The investigation found that there was no proper chain of custody for the documents which predicated President Biden's executive actions, and a cohort of people, including resident staff, had access to them. And that Biden, quote, allegedly made some executive decisions verbally and without documentation indicating that they came from the president himself or that he understood the decisions completely. Senior White House officials testified that they did not know who operated the AutoPen and its use was not sufficiently controlled or documented to prevent abuse. I mean, this is all what we suspected. This is everything that we suspected. It's finally we're starting to get more information about this, thankfully. But I mean, what do we do here? What if it turns out that President Biden did not approve these signings? Do they become null and void? Is a court going to rule that all of these pardons and stuff like that are null and void? That's what I want to know. The investigation found that White House staff may have ignored internal Biden administration recommendations that President Biden hand-signed pardons and other documents, and that Biden-era DOJ attorneys raised serious concerns about the pardon review process and President Biden's awareness of the violent criminal records of clemency recipients. The inner circle propped up the former president throughout his entire term and kept him in the 2024 race, despite indisputable evidence, acknowledged even today by only a few Democrats, that the former president was no longer fully in command. And that honestly, that's what won Donald Trump the election. If Biden had dropped out earlier or just didn't decide to run for re-election at all, maybe they would have gotten a better opponent to go up against Trump. Because the reason Trump won not only was obviously the attempted assassinations on his life and the lawfare against him only brought up more support for President Trump, but they also had a terrible candidate. They had a terrible candidate. What was Kamala's position on anything? Like, no one knows what her positions on anything was. Basically, her position was, I'm going to keep doing what Biden was doing. And what Biden was doing was terrible for the country. So, like, no one wanted it. No one wanted her. Now, at the end of the day, no one did. Hell, even New York and California had a high percentage of people voting in favor of Trump over Kamala. Even though he didn't win those states, what was it? California was like 40% for Trump. Some crazy high number like that. I don't know about New York. Joey would be able to speak to that one. But again, Trump had an actual chance in these states, and I think it's primarily due to Kamala being such a piece of crap. Let's see. Chairman Comer, we just got a Rumble rant from our sergeant. So very nice. Thank you, our sergeant. He said, so $2 Rumble rant from our sergeant. He said, okay, with the pardons, if he did not exclusively sign off, there should be some sort of electronic record with a list of names. Highly doubt they're still burning notes sent by carrier pigeon. Well, according to the committee, though, is they don't even have record. They don't even have record of him okaying the signing with the auto pen. So they don't have any record of President Biden at the time approving or allowing the signing of some of these pardons or the signing of some of these executive actions. So if there's no evidence that he signed it himself or approved the signing with an auto pen, I think it needs to be null and void, right? I think it would have to be null and void at that point. Chairman Comer also requested that the District of Columbia Board of Medicine review the actions taken by Dr. O'Connor while serving as the White House physician to President Biden for any potential wrongdoing in the medical care of the former president, including whether Dr. O'Connor produced false or misleading medical reports to the American people. The cost of the scheme to hide the fallout of President Biden's diminished physical and mental acuity was great, but will likely never be fully calculated. The cover-up put American national security at risk and the nation's trust in its leaders in jeopardy. Despite aide's best efforts to conceal President Biden's cognitive deterioration from the country, the former president's legacy is clouded with this scandal, as evidenced by President Biden's eventual withdrawal from the 2024 election. Barring evidence of executive actions taken during the Biden presidency showing that President Biden indeed took a particular executive action, the committee deems those actions take through use of the auto pen as void. The validity of the executive actions allegedly approved and signed largely by auto pen by President Biden must be reviewed to determine whether legal action is necessary to ameliorate consequences of any illegitimate pardons granted or executive actions implemented throughout the Biden auto pen presidency. The committee finds numerous executive actions, particularly clemency actions taken during the Biden administration, were illegitimate. Therefore, the committee urges the Department of Justice to investigate all executive actions attributed to President Joe Biden. And it's unfortunate that we have to do that. If he did not hand sign it himself, or if there's, and if there is no, this goes hand in hand, if he did not sign it himself and there is no record of him approving the signing of anything, it needs to be null and void. It needs to be revoked, and it needs to be looked at. That's what we have to do. Let's see, what are you guys saying in the chat? I mean, Joe was on TV being a dementia patient. That's all the proof I need. I mean, just go look at the debate he had with Trump. I mean, that was just sad. I think these officials need arrested for fraud at the least, and insurrection at the worst. I agree, Shitty The people that were subverting the democratic process and undermining the president and using his condition to push forward agendas that they had, absolutely, they should need to face repercussions for that if we can if we could figure out who did it. Put them in Alcatraz, you right? The Democrats desperately need this auto pen thing to disappear because if something actually comes out of it, they're all effed. Yep, bro, we literally watched Joe Biden ish himself live on camera. Yeah, we did. Probably multiple times. He probably was doing it without even noticing. You know what I mean? Like, how many times were they shuffling him off stage and like, oh man, he needs to, he needs some new clothes. Man. Dude, that whole presidency was a joke. He should not have been president. He should not have been president. Part of me is glad that he is, because I feel like President Trump, for all my disagreements with Trump right now, I feel like it was good that he had to wait those 4 years, because I think we're now getting a better presidency. We're now getting a better second term than we would have if he had just continued on from that first year. Because we also have to keep in mind that there were a lot of people in Trump's administration that were feeding him bad information and were not on his side. I mean, just look at what happened after January 6th and after the election. So many people in his administration turned on him, and I feel like they would not have turned on him had he won re-election. So we got to see some of the snakes in the grass, and now we have a better second term because of it. I wish Democrats were effed. I thought they were effed with the whole mutilation of children thing, but here we are. They ain't stopping until we stop them, period. I mean, it just seems like look, what I keep saying is, even if we pump the brakes now, this country is a train. It's a train going full steam ahead, and guys, they tell you all the time, if a train hits a car, that car is getting shoved like another 8 to 10 miles down the road, because the train is not stopping. The train doesn't, even if we hit the brakes now, it's too late. It's already too late. We hit the brakes now, the train's still going. The train is still going. It's not going to stop in time. So I don't know what we do. I worry about where we go as a country. But things like this do make me a little bit more hopeful, bringing things to light, and all that good stuff. Hopefully something actually happens, because it seems as of right now that a lot of things are coming to light and then nothing happens. So I don't want to be the guy that's like, oh, nothing ever happens, but things are happening. Things are happening. It's just not as quickly as we need them to. We're almost, it's the end of the year, basically. We're about to go into November. We're probably going to have some crazy riots with this whole SNAP benefit stuff. And it's going to get crazy, man. And there was a lot of Republicans, and this is not a talking point from me. This is conservatives and Republicans. A lot of them said that we only have a year to a year and a half to push through Trump's agenda before the election rolls around, because we're about to go into an election year. We have the midterms coming up. So as we go into an election year, a lot of these people are not going to be pushing as hard as they could be because they want to get reelected. So we'll see. I don't know where this goes. Do you think our side will ever wake up, or are we going to say, slow down there, Democrats, until we are up against a wall? My theory on that, Shitty Gov, is that it's one big party and we're not in it. And the only reason that they do that is because they actually want what the Democrats want. They're just not open about it. I think a lot of conservatives and Republicans are like, slow down there, Democrats, because they actually want a lot of what they're pushing. They just don't want to come out and say it. So that's why they're like, whoa, hang on, slow down. We don't need to go against them that hard. And then you see the other side literally killing people that just want to have conversations. So I don't know. Two sides of the same coin. Two sides of the same coin. Red or blue, they both wings flap for the same bird. That's what I think. Anyway, we can move along to the next and final story of the day. Move on to the next and final story of the day. It doesn't seem like the Republicans are actually pushing, just making a show of it. Government is asshole. Yep, that's kind of where I'm at with this. Kind of where I'm at. All right, guys. Well, let's get to this last story. Who would have guessed it? Let me hit this fancy start recording button. Who would have guessed it? Who would have guessed it? Joey and I didn't guess it. That's for sure. We totally didn't call this from the beginning. The ceasefire has failed. The ceasefire has failed. Anyone that pays attention to the news would have known that this was going to happen. I mean, that Israel still has full intentions of Greater Israel, and the hostages were one of the few things stopping them from going as hard as they could. And now here we are. We're back with this. Daily Mail has it. I have another article from the Gateway Pundit. Netanyahu orders powerful strikes in Gaza and kills 9 after accusing Hamas of violating ceasefire terms following faked return of hostage remains. At least 9 have reportedly been killed after Benjamin Netanyahu sanctioned his military to carry out powerful strikes in Gaza on Tuesday. The Israeli Prime Minister accused Hamas of violating the U.S. brokered ceasefire, saying the militant group had broken the truce by faking the return of hostages' remains and by opening fire on IDF forces. Israel claims militants were caught on drone footage staging the discovery of remains, only to send back body parts that actually belonged to an Israeli who had already been recovered nearly 2 years ago. Body parts that actually belonged to an Israeli who had been recovered nearly 2 years ago. So what I have to say about this, and I'm trying to call into Timcast tonight. We'll see if I get picked. But Was the celebration of this ceasefire premature by people? And is it realistic to expect the return of every dead hostage when a lot of these may be buried beneath rubble or buried in now destroyed tunnels? Sure, you can request that they go and dig them out, but how many people have been killed in Gaza so far? And were these people the people that knew the location of these bodies? Like, there's so many different aspects of this, right? Like, they already returned all the living hostages. They're asking for the ones that are dead now. How are they supposed to find the dead hostages among the many dead that are there? Like, I think it's a little unrealistic. I get you want closure. The families want closure. But I think in a war like this, it's not reasonable to be able to find every body and every remains of somebody, especially when a lot of these remains are in tunnels and under deep rubble. But so it goes on to say that officials said the deception was a clever violation of the ceasefire, which requires Hamas to return all remaining bodies immediately. 9 people have reportedly been killed in the latest Israeli strikes, Gaza Civil Defense Agency claimed in their latest statement. The escalation came amid reports of gunfire in Rafah, where Israeli troops came under attack on Tuesday. The IDF said its soldiers were targeted by Hamas militants. Israeli Defense Minister Israel Katz stated the militant group will pay a heavy price for their actions, and Israeli military officials added, Hamas violated the ceasefire once again. Elsewhere, the IDF's chief of staff, Lieutenant General Eyal Zamir, said Israel would not remain silent over the alleged breaches. Did Hamas break the ceasefire, or did Israel break the ceasefire? I don't know. I don't care. I really don't care at the end of the day. It's just, I think it's hilarious that we thought that I just think it's funny that people thought this was going to last more than 2 weeks. Let's see. Let's go on down here. And an Israeli military official told the Daily Mail that Hamas violated the ceasefire once again, carrying out an attack against IDF forces east to the Yellow Line, an area under Israeli control. This is yet another blatant violation of the ceasefire. This comes after Hamas has also shown their true face and the fact that they are pretending to not know where the remaining hostages are. However, Hamas on Tuesday denied responsibility for the attack in Rafah and said it remained committed to the ceasefire deal. So Hamas is saying that they're denying their responsibility for the attack. Well, my question is too is like, what if there's just a single guy? Like, what if there's just a group of people that decide to go and attack? Like, let's say some rednecks, right? Some rednecks in like Mississippi or Texas or whatever. And I say rednecks, I don't mean it as like a bad thing. I'm just saying, like, what if there's some good old boys? They round up a nice pickup truck, load up with guns, and they go in and attack some like cartel or something like that, or they go attack some people in Mexico. Are we then gonna say, oh, if the entire United States is attacking us? Or are you gonna say that group attacked us? So how do we know that the people that may or may not have attacked Israel are actually like a part of the militant group? How do we know that they're actually a part of that militant group? How do we know? And even if they are a part of that militant group, how do we know that they didn't just go off and do it without permission? Like, so you're just saying, oh, they broke ceasefire because someone shot at them. Okay, well, stupid people do stupid things. So I don't know. Redneck is a term of endearment. I don't know. Some people get offended by it. But let's see. But again, and they're saying they're pretending to not know where the remaining hostages are. Well, what if they don't? How? It's like when someone accuses you of a crime that you didn't commit, and it's like, well, you should have proof of that. You should have proof of what you didn't do. And it's like, well, how do I prove that I didn't do something? Like, it should be you to prove that I did something. You need to put out the proof that we know where these hostages are. Like, you can't just be like, no, you know where they are. You know where they are. Come on. Stop lying to us. You know where they are. Go get them. Go get them. You know where they are. Why would they hold bodies? Why would they don't care. They already killed them. Why would they hold the bodies? If my look at it from a realistic point of view. If your options are return dead bodies or the bombing resumes, I would assume that you would just return the dead bodies. So if I actually tend to believe that they don't actually know where these hostages are. They're probably buried under rubble. There are still 13 bodies of hostages believed to be in Gaza. Hamas said it had recovered the body of another hostage that it planned to hand over in the evening, but has now refused to go ahead with the exchange over the Israeli strikes. We will postpone the handover that was scheduled for today due to the occupation's violations. Hamas's armed wing said in a statement, adding that any Israeli escalation will hinder the search, excavation, and recovery of the bodies. Of course it will. That's another thing, right? Is like you're telling these people to go and find the bodies. You're telling them to go find the bodies, and it's like, all right, well, stop bombing us. Stop shooting at us. We're trying to excavate. We're trying to search. We're trying to pick up the pieces of the rubble that you left us. And it's just ridiculous. Or the Indian wars with modern weapons, though the left can fight like the Indians. I figured it'll be the Balkans wars on a bigger scale. The U.S. is balkanizing right now. Are you talking about you guys are talking about civil war here, huh? No, it's not realistic, and everything was premature. It's all just absurd. Yeah, that's where I'm at, Boosh. That's exactly... Boosh is 100% right there. It's not realistic. And again, like, it's probably going to take months for them to find everything, because, again, they were building tunnels. They had these hostages in tunnels, and then they were bombing the tunnels, so all of these people got buried. How many of the hostages died, by the way, because of Israel? Like, let's be real here, right? And I'm not saying it's entirely their fault. I'm just saying, as a direct result of the bombings going on in Gaza, how many hostages were killed by that? I would assume that there were some buried in those tunnels. Not on purpose. Maybe they were on purpose. I don't know. I'm not going to speculate on that. But I am going to speculate as to how many of the hostages that are now buried in these tunnels were directly because of Israel bombing the tunnel. It's just that's kind of where logic would go, right? Fuck that. Let's just take Canada. Yeah, why are we focused on all these other countries? We just need to go conquer Canada. That doesn't mean there aren't going to be little skirmishes here and there, Mr. Vance told reporters on Capitol Hill. Reporters and witnesses alike are said to have heard tank fire and saw explosions in various parts of Gaza, including in Gaza City and Deir al-Balah on Tuesday. In AFP footage, several masked Hamas fighters are seen emerging from a tunnel, carrying a body wrapped in a white plastic bag believed to be that of a hostage Hamas had planned to hand over on Tuesday. Behind them trails a crowd of men and children, some raising their mobile phones to capture the moment. Hamas handed over late on Monday what it said was the 16th of 28 hostage bodies it had agreed to return under the ceasefire deal, which came into effect on October 10th. But Israeli forensic examination determined Hamas had in fact handed over partial remains of a hostage whose body had already been brought back to Israel around 2 years ago, according to Netanyahu's office. And returning only the partial remains of an already returned captive, Netanyahu's office and campaign group representing hostage families accused Hamas of breaching the ceasefire. That's absolutely ridiculous, by the way. How... Does Gaza have, like, forensic files and shit like that where they can go and DNA test these body parts before they go and return them in? Like, seriously, guys, if they find a hostage's body in a tunnel and they're like, oh, well, this doesn't belong to us, let's go return it. And then it's like, oh, well, that's actually more remains of someone that you returned previously, and it doesn't count, and now you're breaching the ceasefire. You're upset that I'm returning more body parts of another person that was an Israeli? You're upset at that? Like, you asked for remains. Here's some remains. We found more remains. What did you want them to do with the remains? Like, if it's this dude's arms or legs or something, and you're just like, oh, you returned his arms and legs? Well, you already returned his torso and head. You don't need to bring us his arms and legs too. Like, that's so stupid. Fuck yeah, man. Can you imagine not having to need a passport to go to Cancun? You guys are still talking about taking over other places. All right, anyway. And only returning partial remains, it said that this had breached the ceasefire. That's so stupid, dude. So incredibly stupid. Man, this is a really long article. But here, let's jump to the other one from the Gateway Pundit. So it says, breaking ceasefire breached after Israeli soldier is killed by sniper fire. Netanyahu orders powerful strikes on the Gaza Strip. The fragile peace agreement between Israel and Hamas seems to be on the brink of collapsing as back-and-forth attacks bring the Middle East back to the brink. Earlier today, Israeli media reported that an IDF soldier was killed by sniper fire in the Rafah, southern Gaza. The Israeli reaction was swift, and Prime Minister Netanyahu ordered strikes on targets in the Gaza Strip. Watch Israeli attack on Gaza a week ago. Oh, that's a week ago, though. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu instructs the IDF to carry out immediate and powerful strikes in the Gaza Strip, saying his office... after he called a meeting on Israel's response to repeated violations of the Gaza ceasefire. The decision comes shortly after IDF troops came back under attack in the southern Gaza Strip and amid Israeli anger after further Hamas violations involving the return of hostages' bodies. So yeah, they're alleging that they came under sniper fire. Again, I don't care who broke the ceasefire. All of this is stupid. Israel's going to blame Hamas, of course, and no one's going to believe Hamas because they're actual terrorists, which I would argue that the IDF is terroristic in another way as well, but they're a government's military, so you can't call them terrorists, apparently, even though some would call the United States government terrorists, too, when we go and drone strike all their cities and civilians. But who knows? Who knows what a terrorist actually is anymore? And an Israeli military official told Fox News that the terrorist group Hamas has violated the ongoing Gaza ceasefire by attacking Israeli Defense Forces soldiers in Rafah. Tuesday's incident comes after 2 IDF soldiers were killed by terror operatives in Rafah earlier this month. Israeli military sources confirmed to Fox News Digital on October 19th. Following the security consultations, Prime Minister Netanyahu instructed the military echelon to carry out immediate and powerful strikes in the Gaza Strip. The office of Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said Tuesday the flare-up of violence may impede the return by Hamas of the bodies of the deceased hostages. There are still 13 bodies of hostages in Gaza. Hamas said Tuesday it had recovered the bodies of hostages, but after Israeli announced the plans to strike Gaza, Hamas said in a statement that it would delay the handover. So, again, if an IDF soldier was killed by Hamas, that is unfortunate. I don't want more people to die. But how do we know that this guy's a part of Hamas? What if so many people have died in Gaza? Imagine this: you're not a part of Hamas. You're not a part of any government entity in the area. You get your entire family wiped out, your home destroyed, the businesses you used to frequent gone, decimated, your entire place that you were born and raised destroyed before your very eyes. Would you not become radicalized? Would you not become radicalized and act on your own thoughts and opinions? I mean, I'm just saying that. So the fact that an IDF soldier was killed by sniper fire, how do we know that this guy wasn't just a lone gunman? How do we know that this guy was a part of Hamas or any governmental entity in the area? I think we're making a lot of assumptions here, and I think it's on purpose because they actually want the war to continue. Israel wants it to look like they have to continue this war. So, of course, they're going to be like, oh, they're not returning the hostages. Oh, they're firing at us even though we're, taking over parts of what used to be Gaza. Oh, they're breaking the ceasefire. Israel has to keep pushing that narrative where it's not them ruining the ceasefire, it's actually Hamas ruining the ceasefire, when it's likely both parties, because both parties fucking suck. I'm not on any side of this. Israel sucks, Gaza sucks, both countries can go screw themselves, I don't want to fund anything to do with them, and they can both go to hell, for all I care. Anyway, I'll end it there. We'll stop the segment. And I hope you guys enjoyed the show today. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. I had fun doing the show. I like this new time slot. I'm a little bit more awake, and it seems like you guys are a little bit more available. We had more people coming in and out today, so that was good. I think this is going to be a good new time slot. And with that, I will end off on one final ad, of course, for the greatest platform that we have to date, Rumble. Guys, we want to encourage your audience. They want me to encourage my audience to download the Rumble app. So guys, if you haven't already, make sure you download the Rumble app. It's free, simple to use, and the best way to stay connected to the content that you want. Once you've got it, search for my channel, Tyler Today News, and hit the follow button. That way, when you get you'll get notifications every time I go live. No missed shows, no extra steps. You can grab it right now using the link in the description or the pinned live chat. Download it to your phone, and you're ready to go. And if you prefer watching on the big screen, Rumble is available on all major streaming devices and smart TVs. Just search for Rumble, follow the channel, and be a part of the action. Well, guys, go download the Rumble app if you haven't already. Go check that out. Make sure you guys are following the channel, all that good stuff. If you guys are watching me on YouTube, go watch me on Rumble. And if you guys are watching me on Rumble and you have YouTube, I'm trying to hit my goal of 500 for the year, guys. Trying to hit my 500 goal for the year. We're currently at 466 on YouTube. 466 subscribers on YouTube. For those of you that do not subscribe to me on YouTube, I'm not saying to watch me on YouTube. I know a lot of you don't watch YouTube, but we have to continue to occupy these spaces. So if you want to benefit the channel and benefit me, help me out a little bit, go follow that link, subscribe to the channel. We're at 466 subscribers today. As of today, we're at 466 subscribers. The goal is to hit 500 by the end of the year. We're almost there. I think we can do it. But help a brother out, guys. Help a brother out. Anyway, let's end it off with a song as I typically do. Let's go to my playlist. Let's go to where's the song playlist at? Songs? Here's the songs. All right, I'm going to end off with the Happiness Will Make Them Smile song. I really like this song, and I hope you guys have a great day. I'm going to raid out to someone. Later, guys.
Happy, 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 yeah, yeah. Happy, 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 yeah, yeah. Your happiness will make them smile. Stay out of denial, they're gonna turn up the dial. Their smile truly is quite wild. They smile while you smile. Their gold comes with a toll. Your happiness makes them smile.
It's like floating down.
Trying to gain through pain the things you've made by making a trade. Your happiness for theirs, which will it be? Happiness is something they don't have. Emptiness is what they grab. Pursue happiness, it will be met with nastiness. While they pursue your demise, that's the true prize. Happy, 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 yeah, yeah. Happy, 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 yeah, yeah. Your happiness will make them smile. Please stay out of denial. They want your happiness. They don't like this shit. Better not dare, as they tell you life's not fair. Happy, 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 yeah, yeah. Happy, 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 yeah, yeah. Happiness is something they don't have. Emptiness is what they grab. Pursue happiness, it will be met with nastiness. While they pursue your demise, that's their true prize. Pursue happiness, it's long overdue. Like frogs boiling in a pot, they come for you. Pull you down to the depths as your smile turns to a frown. Your happiness really did make them smile, even if it was just for a little while.